Uh, Dad, are you in there?
Yuki, what are you doing at this late?
I couldn't sleep.
Oops. Alright. What's on your mind?
A lot, actually, but that's not new for me, so whatever.
Well, tell me. Maybe talking about it well.
That's kinda why I came in here.
Oh?
Yeah, normally I wouldn't, but I can't keep saying it's gonna be okay.
What's gonna be okay?
Well, that school is still and crazy, I have to admit.
I would like to point out that school is one both you and your brother did choose. I know it's crazy, but at the end of the day, you are the ones who made that choice.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just wasn't expecting that much out of it.
But don't be too surprised. I heard that Dual Academy, from some sources, that they also had some weird spiritual thing going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Yeah. But hey. But you know.
I guess
I mean, I know it's tough, especially with me coming by your school.
that was kind of your idea when I had to make that deal with you.
It was my deal, but you won, and you got to stay there. So it has to be something good if you're fighting for it.
It is just a lot, and I'm still not really used to Mom being here yet.
It's a weird situation, I know, with your mother, Charlie, Greg, with everything that happened, and as well with your boyfriend now staying with us.
I mean, he's been liking the place, and I saw him at Mom's garden, so
I will admit, even if I don't fully like the boy yet, he has been good to have around the house. It's the only one who doesn't scoff at me whenever I walk into a room.
yeah, he's been great here.
Yeah. I'm guessing you'd be telling him this, but since he's asleep and you're just thinking about it.
The school and these spirits and pretty much this thing on my list.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let me just tell you is that the spirit things can affect you no matter where you go. As you can see with me, it's technically affected our family for years. And with that item, it looks something familiar like I read. though. Something about a legendary pharaoh with 7 items with that same eye design.
That pharaoh. Wait. Doesn't that. What was his name? Yuki? Yuki had something. An item like this?
Yes, Yugimoto, the King of Games. He was seen with one of them. I believe it was called the Millennium Puzzle.
Okay, so. None of this makes any sense.
It looks like yours is kind of built from the same essence as the Millennium Puzzle was. But it looks like it's completely different from the 7 items. The items, I believe, only ones I know about is the puzzle, the rod. I've been hearing stories about something called the Millennium Eye, which is like a sort of ball-shaped Millennium item.
An eye.
Yes, an eye.
That's interesting.
It is. I can take a look more at that, but it looks like it seems to have quite a connection with you. Like you can't take it off.
I've tried to take it off a few times, but no matter what I do, it doesn't come off.
Well, I can still analyze it if you would like one day. Maybe we can find a way to take it off, but what does that charm even do?
I tested it out with some of my cards, and apparently one of my cards shoot out a blast when I used it. So
it affects your dual monster cards?
my monsters.
Well, I mean, like, your dual monster cards gains effect. That thing gains effect based off the dual monster cards?
Or spell or traps. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's weird.
I've never heard anything like that. The Millennium items, like I told you, they all affected different things. The puzzle, legend said, it affected someone's luck. The rod affects someone's mind, and the eye apparently allows you to view into someone's mind.
That's interesting.
Others as well. Those are about the only 3 I know. I wouldn't know any others, but I feel like yours is more of a, how would I word it? More of a charm than an item.
A charm?
Yeah, a sort of charm, as I have to guess. Because it seems like I can tell with the spiritual pressure, it's not as powerful as legend says of the 7 items. But there's still a great power coming from it.
Yeah, it does feel like that because, like I said, there was a blast coming from it when I used it last. I don't fully understand this thing still.
Well, maybe we can look into it more. We can see exactly what the thing can affect. It looks like It looks like though it's not that big of a problem if you have control over it. I guess that's one thing better about your charm than the items. Some of the items, legends say, had people in the items which possessed them with evil spirits.
Possess them, huh? Really?
Wow, that sounds like really complicated.
Shut up, Hoppy Dancer.
Well, I know you are possessed with spirits, Harpy Dancer. Hi there. It's different than a dual monster spirit.
Okay, yeah, but she was evil at first.
Well, so was one of the runner-ups of Duelist Kingdom. And, not Duelist Kingdom, Battle City. And there has been talks about more things of what certain items can do. I'm trying to look into some reports to see if there's any way to copy it. It looks like someone that might have already started with your charm.
Okay. But it's just pretty much a lot.
And that is a lot of that alone. And with the other hardships I bet you had after I was gone, I bet it didn't make it easier.
I'm not gonna lie, it didn't really. I felt like I kept being forced to do what the others were doing. Like, I can't get out of it. But somehow I ended up doing what they were doing.
Do you regret doing what they were doing?
No. Even though I felt like I was being forced into something that I clearly didn't want to do. But
Yeah, you didn't do anyway. And I will have to ask, were you doing anything bad? Anything that you think I would have done?
no. I don't think you would have done this.
So you were doing something good that your friends were doing that you originally didn't want to do because then you think it was hard?
That's pretty much what I'm saying, yeah. It was also a lot. I mean, it's a dual school. Aren't we supposed to be dueling and learn that kind of stuff? Instead of keep going on these sometimes, yeah.
Well, from your duel record, I can see you dueled a lot. Even after you told me that you never really wanted to duel.
I didn't really have much of a choice.
But did you enjoy some of those duels?
There were some that I didn't really wanted to. But I guess some was okay.
Have you met people that you don't regret meeting from duel? I did hear that you met some interesting people through your duel.
Who?
Someone claiming to be your best friend?
Blair.
Seems like you already know her quite well.
She's
And as well,
interesting girl.
as well, I heard that you didn't duel her, you got close with someone in a penguin onesie?
Way. I have to admit, I wasn't quite used to her at first. She was my roommate during there.
Well, even though your roommate, you eventually got used to them. And you eventually enjoyed hanging out with your friends. Then the entire thing could not have been that bad. Yes, there are bad things, but there's also good things to look at. Like, if you never went, you would have never found a certain boy that you brought home.
Well, yeah, I guess you got me there. But I need to ask, are you happy that Mom is here?
Yeah. I left things bad with your mother. After fully knowing me, there was dark areas that I don't know if I could ever replace, ever fill. I don't ever regret letting her stay here, but I can tell every time I look at her, sometimes she wonders why she decided to come back because of everything done.
It isn't easy still. Yeah, I get it. I just wanted to know if you're happy that she's here.
I'm happy to be in a better mindset. How about we put it at that? And I would not have been able to be in that mindset if it wasn't for you and your friends. Even, well, the one who left a scar, but like I said, I wasn't fully in control of my actions, so I get it.
I know I said this before, but I'm still shocked that Koji did that.
I don't blame him, like I said. I was about to do horrible things and have people do a horrible thing to only a child. Take a life. It wasn't fully me, but even if it's only a little part of me still gave that order. I had to face repercussions.
If you were still in that kind of power, would you still order them to do that?
If I was in full control of my mind, I would have thought about it. But I wouldn't have gone through the orders. But just the idea of thinking about it still is horrible.
Yeah. I remember that Spirit was trying to grab me until Isabel stopped it.
Yeah.
But when we do go back there, and if we do have to deal with people who's gonna try and capture us, I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm a Yakuza after all. I'm not gonna stand by and let anyone catch me or my friends.
Sounded like a Yakuza.
Well,
Just make sure. Just keep in mind that there are always good things to the bad, even if it's the slightest. You might have that weird charm. You might have been possessed by an evil spirit. Hey, I would like to think of myself more of an anti-hero right now.
he's not one happy dancer.
But that said spirit has become your ally. You've gained multiple friends and allies, and you have got some powerful cards that no one else has seen. Your molten meteor dragon, the Max monster.
Yeah, that... I was surprised that I have it.
And as well, your three-headed dragon. You seemingly have powerful monsters, powerful cards, that you seem to get from growing. I believe the more you grow, the stronger you will be. I bet at the end of the day, you might be stronger than Yuki Moto.
I don't know about that, Dad. He's the king of games after all.
And yet, the top duelists of Duel Academy, they are favored to potentially win. Duelists always grow and change. And yet, if dueling still isn't your thing by the end of your trimester, you always have options. You could go into duelist manufacturing still, or maybe manufacture it into the future. The game is always changing. Maybe you can be the next step in that change.
I mean, I'm the future head of the company, so I could think of something. But...
And I see you have a lot of duelist friends that you can have help you as well.
yeah.
But trust me when I say that your future is bright. You just gotta get through this little patch of darkness first.
Yeah. That's true. Just... I know I made mistakes while at that school, but I'm trying.
People make mistakes, Yuki. It's what a human does. But definitely not a spirit.
You're not helping your case, hobby dancer.
Not the least.
Yeah, nice try. Might I remind you, you're the one who possessed me?
Might I remind you that it almost worked until your friend showed up and helped.
Yeah, and look who's on my side now.
Holy shit, did you just call me your friend?
Didn't I tell you back at the school that I was?
I know, I'm just trying to embarrass you. No takebacks, by the way.
Yeah, right. That wasn't embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Hmm. But hey, you don't need to worry. Even if there is something that is strong that you can't handle, you're not alone. You got me on your back. You also got your little cat, your 2 dragons, and and I'm trying to think of the last one. Oh yeah, that sorcerer guy you also took.
Yeah, true.
Also, if you think about it, we have 3 sorcerers down. There's still 3 more out there. 2 if the dark one is dead.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to find them. Anyway, Dad, there's another problem, though, that I can't really get out of my head.
What is it?
Well, when I was forced inside that submarine to get there, this guy approached me. Actually, I bumped into him by accident, but I just felt something off. Like something.
What was off?
I don't know, really. It just felt like something clicked in my mind, and I don't really know how to fully explain it, but I don't know anything about this guy. Something clicked. It's weird.
Maybe you should talk to them in your next year. See more what's going on.
I don't know. I haven't seen him this year while I was at the school, so I wouldn't know where to find him.
If it's a second year, then they should be the dorm head of the org. If they're a second year, they should be the dorm head of the orange dorm next year. And if it was a third year, they might have gone into the pro circuits, which means the only way to talk to them would be at the pro circuits.
Right. Okay. I just had that weird feeling while talking to them.
Well, if you have a weird feeling, just see what's going on. I could look into it, but I can't promise that I can find anything weird about it. That part's up to you.
Any chance, if that part does come to me, I can't skip school and find out more about it, can I?
No, you cannot skip school.
Not gonna lie, I thought you would let me do that if I was trying to figure something out.
I'm sure no matter what it is, you and your friends can figure it out.
Yeah, we've been through a lot, so... And it's also gonna be weird that Vex is a teacher this year. Why?
Well, it takes well, if he gives you too much of a problem, you can always report him. But if he's a good teacher, then I don't see why not. And if he's a friend, maybe you can sneak out.
Well, he was the whole reason we went on that big adventure, so... I guess I'm used to him. It's just he can still be a lot.
Well, so can you.
Thanks.
Ah, no problem.
Very funny.
Come on, I'm only messing around. People
Yeah.
have their ups and downs, Yuki. Alright. Well, hey. I'll head down, I'll get us some nice water. We can talk for a little bit more, and then we can head to bed. You still need your rest, even though it's summer.
Yeah, I know. Just a lot in my mind right now.
Alright. I'm here. So you can always talk to me. And others. You're not alone, Yuki. I know it's hard for you to think about that, but you're not alone. You have people on your side.
That's what Charlie keeps saying. And Andrew, and of course Hobby Dancer right here.
And maybe you should take the hint and listen.
I hate to break it to you, Hobby Dancer, but have you forgotten how stubborn I can get at times?
Well, I know. And it's going to be hard to break that stubbornness. But you're coming to your father, so I guess that's a good first step.
I just didn't. I knew you were awake at this time and didn't want to bother the others or the maids about it, so. That's why I'm here.
Well, let me go get the water and we can discuss about this more. But it'll be okay. Alright?
Okay.